I've got a nice story for this one. So the fourth mistake is overlooking the small things. I wasn't really sure what to title this section, so maybe we can rename it, or you can just call it whatever. But I'll tell you the specific story and you'll get the idea of what I meant. So still yesterday, you know, I have this little picnic outside and everything, have a really great time with my girl. And the next day we wake up and it's like cue, like as soon as we wake up, she like I'm telling her, yeah, quick, like get ready and go, because my morning time is for my work. And so any minute she's here is kind of distracting in the morning. I want her to like literally go as fast as possible, so I can just, because my morning work time is like, my brain just works really well in the morning, so I just want to get to work fast. I don't like to like, you know, lay in or any bullshit like that. I like to just fucking start working. And she's, as I can imagine all girls do, bro, she's just taking the piss, man. She's like getting ready and stuff, and she's just slow, and she's trying to kiss me and stuff. And then she's like getting ready to leave. Oh, Hamza, where's my keys? And she's trying to look for her keys. It's just pissing me off. And then like my mum asks her if she wants some breakfast, and she's like, yeah, I will. And so she sat downstairs. I come up and I just start working and everything. And so she can see that I'm like, I'm not pissed off, but I'm a little bit like, you know, just I'm trying to focus on this. And she keeps coming in and out of my room. She's left the keys here. Oh, have you seen my sock? Like fucking read. Like, and so yeah, she ends up leaving, and I like, she's got all these bags and stuff, and I've been distracted from work a little bit, but whatever. It's just, you know, it's the nature of things when she's like gonna stay over for the night. I grab her bags, walk over to the car, put them away, and she's like, oh, like, you know, you're frustrated, like, are you mad at me? Or I'm no, I'm not mad. I'm just, you know, my brain's just full of thoughts, so I just want to go and utilize that rather than not being present next to you. And she totally understands and everything. And she says, okay, well, if you just want to go straight up and work, it's fine. You don't have to wait at the door for me. So right now we're outside my house next to her car whilst I'm putting it in. Usually what we do is like, we'll say goodbye, and then I'll stay at the door, my front door, and kind of like wave her off and do something silly and everything as she's like driving off. And she said, oh, well, you don't have to do that. You can just go straight up and work. And I'm like, yeah. Obviously I'm going to go wait at the door. Do you know what I mean? So I kiss her goodbye, okay, goodbye, and I just stand at the door, and this fucking dumbass is just taking so long to drive off, man. It's like literally every second counts with my morning productivity. But I hear the car rolling, and she starts driving forward, and she actually looked a little bit sad, like the first second that I saw her, and she looks over to the right, probably not expecting me to be stood at the door. And I swear, the moment that she saw me, like here she is in the car, she was looking kind of sad. The moment she saw me, I saw her face light up like a little girl on Christmas. She goes, like, when she goes like that, you know, she's probably happy. She almost crashes with like someone pulling into our road. I always do something silly, so as she's watching me, I start like thrusting into the air like this or something. Like, and yeah, and she just looked really happy. And honestly, I think that just made her day. I can imagine she was smiling on the way home, and she told me how happy that made her twice. I think, like, she texted me literally like a minute after that. So I think she genuinely pulled over to text me, and she wrote like the words like, you don't know how happy that just made me feel seeing you at the doorway. And then we ended up calling, and she said the exact same thing, that made her super happy. It was the small thing of literally just standing at the door and spending an extra 20 seconds waiting for her to drive off, to, you know, kind of like to wave goodbye, that she wasn't expecting. And that meant so much to her. You know, for us guys, we can think it's like, oh, it's silly. Oh, you know, you should have just, you should have just got to work and everything. You can definitely be stuck in like the masculine mindset. But there's a switch that you need to make, which I really think is valuable. It's when you really do have like a masculine brain and heart, but you use your masculine thinking to figure out how to make her feminine core feel fulfilled. What I mean by that is, we are masculine men. We're young, goal-striving, ambitious men who work hard. But then with our masculine energy, we should use that to figure out like just how we discipline ourselves to, you know, get onto our diet, and how we discipline ourselves to do everything else. We should use the same energy to discipline ourselves to give her the feminine nourishment that she needs to feel good. And so we think about the things that she needs, which is, you know, like a constant feeling and reminder of love and security and, you know, joy. These are things that the feminine energy thrives on. And we give her that. Because to us, a little 10-second, 20-second, somewhat unproductive wave goodbye doesn't really mean much. But the gentleman, you know, that like the grandfather, when he drops off like his granddaughter, he knows how much it means to his granddaughter that when he's in the car dropping her off to her parents' house or whatever it is, that he's gonna just wait in the car and just keep like looking, because he knows his daughter's gonna, like his granddaughter's gonna turn around and wave a few more times, and then the door opens and her mom's there, and then the granddaughter walks inside and she'll wave again. He knows, like if you imagine like the Chad grandpa, he knows that this is what the feminine energy is like. The feminine just craves these micro moments of joy and love. And I think it's just so important to give this to your woman and to not overlook this just because you're blinded by your own bias that, oh yeah, this stuff is kind of unproductive. You know, you could save 10 seconds and you could drive off. Chances are you're watching this and you're thinking, yeah, like, I actually do understand that. I'm not just going to, you know, drive off, because it's not unproductive, not for her. And truthfully, not really for you either. Because if you make your woman feel good, she will in turn give you her gifts, which will give you more, like you'll just, it's weird practical stuff that you get from a girl. Like when you're dating a good girl, you literally feel less muscle soreness in your body. You feel more energy, you've got more direction, you're more disciplined, you're less distracted. And so she's giving you these gifts, we need to give her ours.